What a
Yeah.
fuckery.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to mom's video and let it play again.
All right, cool. Now I still got the Telegram going. Hi, everyone. Back on Telegram. We had a little technical difficulty. No clue.
Thank you for bearing with us.
YouTube, Facebook, and I feel we're on somewhere else too. Sorry about that, everyone. I have no idea what happened.
There was too much energy in this
guess.
message from my mom.
Yeah, that's exactly it for sure.
We were just talking about, do you know what all can happen?
Because everything was good.
Yeah.
It was just fine.
Well, and then there we go again. Don't judge it.
Yeah.
It just was, we're back.
Did it trigger someone?
Going.
Is someone triggered out there? I'm learning to be untriggerable.
I would love
Are you? Wait, is that the next t-shirt? I'm untriggerable. Are you? And then put the
All right, I'm gonna start it from here.
Okay, cool. So we're going back to mom's video here. Thank you, Angels and Galactics, for the protection of our little bit here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Thank you.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fuck with.
Nice. Unfuckable.
That's good. That's good. That's
a
the
good
point,
one.
right?
Oh, welcome back, Ben. There we go.
All right, you get that.
Thus receiving nothing. We are going to share with you an example of this. They did a study on rats. They wanted to see if they could get a rat to push a lever. Every time the rat pushed the lever, they received food. And pretty soon, the rat became bored with this. So they decided to have their lever without any food. So the rat pushed the lever and received nothing, and quickly became disinterested in this. So, the next experiment for the rat to push the lever, it intermittently received food every once in a while. So then, the rat would just keep pushing the lever, because every once in a while, it would get some food by doing this. This is exactly how humanity has been trained. This is how you have been slaves to the Illuminati minions, to the Illuminati, the system, the program. They would give you just enough to keep you serving ignorance. How does this make you feel now that you are trained as rats? The light does not have to go after the darkness. The light just has to be turned on planet Earth equal heart. Once you see you for who you truly are, then you will see Father God and I, and rejoin your true family of creation. You are each royal angels, each one of you, and we love you unconditionally. Father God and I are here, present on planet Earth equal heart. We are humanity's final test. Once the being recognized that we are one with them, they pass go and then enter the higher dimensions. Until then, they will remain stuck, and this is the reality. The final test is the recognition that you and all of humanity are one with all that is. Once you can accept us, this means that you accept the truth of your being, the truth of who you really are. Then you graduate, and you enter heaven on earth equal heart. We are humanity's final test. Are you ready? The duty and responsibility of every being on this planet is to awaken. And then, once you awaken, your duty and responsibility is to share this truth with others to help them awaken. Sharing the truth may not always be heard, but your jobs are not to hear for them. It is to share the truth with them. The darkness always tries to hide itself behind the scenes, while love and light is always out here, standing in the brilliance out in the open. Love and the highest visions being set forth for all of humanity are not just wishful thinking. These are visions which are manifesting heaven on earth. All highest thoughts serve love, always manifest. We love you unconditionally. End transmission, and all love is love. The earth thou lies.
Beautiful. I absolutely loved what she said. The awakened are the wake up call.
I like that.
She said, we're loud, you can't overhear us. So if you're in joy, if you're having a good mood, you're cranking up that music and you start dancing, and that's okay. That's what mom did every now and then. And
every now and then, what are you talking about? Every night it was at some point.
Nice.
And then you would just see it where they always reheart me of that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always see that like she would do that and then like start calling this one out or calling that one out, or she would just use the music as a way to be hilarious in either just being or saying what's got to be said. And I watch that all the time. And even when mom would call or something, and you just got to be happy. It doesn't matter, because once you look at it, you got to let it go. One of the last things that mom said before she ascended was that if you look at it, let it go.
And what you resist, you persist.
And that's the two ends of the coin. That's it. If you've looked at it, just let it go. It'll work out now. Okay. Because you accept the fact that you did that and that wasn't the highest and best. Okay, move along. You just seated yourself. You went, oh, that's the weed in my garden. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I looked, because for me, I read a book a long time ago that talked about your garden and tending to it. And then that was your brain, essentially. And that your psychology was that you had to pull those weeds, and it was more of a Buddhist thing too. And I feel in the end, it discussed getting back to the diamond. And that's really the diamond heart, where they had kind of put that in there. And so, and like there's roses and everything, you got to be really conscious of your garden and you have to tend to it. And that's really what New Earth is. I mean, it's a beautiful place, and you have to make that your reality. And again, I go back to the whole point that the children being born right now and have been are going to have a higher vibration. Their karmic debt in lessons is lower than everyone else. And you can literally see that in their development. They're developing faster, physically developing faster. We are evolving. And I always wondered that too. Why do animals come out of the womb and immediately can walk? Yet we have to crawl, this, that. And I'm like, we'll say again.
Not every animal. But
not every. I know it's not every animal, but how can there be animals
like horses? They just stand up and go.
And yet humans can't do that.
I mean, if you look at it, like the baby comes out, it literally isn't ready yet, and I don't know how much, how much it is the whole truth or not. But what I've read, and it really resonated, is that up to 3 months old, that baby basically, like, it doesn't have the full consciousness of being detached from the mother now.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Right. So, and that's why where I come from, you carry the baby a lot in the beginning, but yet as well in 5D, it's all different. Like even the birthing process, even this literally attachment through a cord of baby to mother. I don't know if that really is how it's supposed to be. There's no attachments like that in 5D, and it's all going to be somehow different. The focus is definitely not on this like reproduction like it was here. You have to understand that the way we used to live, the way we have been changed into, even physically, is not true reality and served a dark system that we're very grateful to be, done with. It took God to come down to really end it, but it's done. So it's really about us now to be set free. And one thing Mom said, which I feel is the perfect answer to, can you feel and see the magic? You have to feel and see with your pineal gland, the third eye, when your third eye opens and rejuvenates, because for the most part, humanity has a really shrinked up, cranked, calcified pineal gland. Does not work. It's an organ that's usually, really full of fluid.
It's soft and squishy.
Yes, water is consciousness. So
Piezoluminescence occurs within the pineal gland.
Fancy word.
Yes. Jeez, I love bringing that up because David Wilcox spoke about it, and it's very obvious because rods and cones exist inside of your pineal gland. Instead of the rod or cone being expressed externally, right, through your eyes, right, the actual pineal gland has the rods and cones pointing inward, and there is meant to be a fluid in there. I see I'm doing the movement. You got the fluid in there, and when that is kept in flow, then what occurs inside of there is that there's these little tiny like crystals going on, and then the light of the rods and the cones is picked up. The light is picked up by the rods and the cones inside the pineal gland. That's why it's called.
Where there's the light inside?
It's called insight. Get it? Insight inside. That's why you have a light bulb moment. Okay. Even someone said to me yesterday, because I dropped a battery off to get charged, and this guy was supposed to call me when it was done, and this woman said, because he didn't call me, and the woman working there too said, yeah, I saw his light bulb moment. It was bright. Like, it was weird, like, but truth, they were expressing that he literally had the divine thought, I got to call him. He got the insight, right? He had a vision. Oh yeah, I got to make that phone call, but didn't. He didn't follow it. And it's fine. That's him.
And that's okay. But I mean, that's how you get that guidance, is within. That's how our imagination, the visions we have, that can be co-creating new earth. Because if you spend every moment a day with like being present, or just having those visions, painting on this canvas this picture of a future timeline that is really in the highest, then that's where you put your focus and your energy into. It doesn't help anyone. It's rather constructive to really be stuck in all those lower thoughts, and it just doesn't work.
It doesn't. And they're picking me on the dream machine. And that the dream machine was created by the cabal, the kibibble. I like to call them the kibibble because they're like the kibble that the dog eats. So that's all they are now. They're nothing more. Yeah, they exist around blah blah blah. It's all over. It's been over. It's been slowly becoming less and less of an energy that we have to be focused on, because like Mother said in the video, the Illuminati. Well, the Illuminati's gone. There's no Illuminati. They don't exist. They've been gone since like the 90s. Okay. It is the reality of the situation that we are dealing with the minions. We are dealing with the little tiny minions, and really we're not really even dealing with them anymore. You're watching so many people resign. Okay. And you're watching step down. You're watching
have COVID.
Right. They passed, or, some of them are actually going to jail, or they're actually in court for things, and a lot of it's, weird stuffies with people and sexual things that they've, been going on. And it's opening up Pandora's box. Here's another one that just came to me. Disney cut all ties with Scarlett Johansson because she was upset with her payment of the movie, which is, in many ways, are you kidding me? But at the same time, they're totally changing. And I keep bringing this up because it's important. I love film. That film is changing. Her movie that came out, I either had no running in the theaters or a small run in the theaters, which is where you make most of the money. And the majority of the views of her new movie is on their streaming services, because Disney has a big streaming service, and they actually put movies out there, or, even have shows and things like that are only being put out on there, just like how they do it on Netflix, or even how HBO puts all their stuff out on there now. So you're watching all these things shift, and a lot of people are standing up to, and even in the the top of the ranks, which is where it begins, I feel, because that's where the publicity is, where they say, no more, I'm not going to be controlled. And you know who's coming in right now? Prince. And if you don't know anything about music and how record labels work, they own your music. They own the rights to your music. You get your royalties by being the artist that created it, but you essentially have given them the ability to market it, do this, do that. And because they do all that to get your music out there, they make a percentage of what you make. Prince one time wrote slave on his face to go against the record company, okay, and to make it clear that he was a slave. He ended up at one point putting his own music in like newspapers or something and distributing them for free. And needless to say, shortly after he did this, he died because he was killed because they didn't like it. They didn't like what he was doing. They weren't happy with the fact that he was exposing it. That was like the late 90s, early 2000s. I feel he died in like early 2000s or something like that. Oh, no. Well, I know when he died. That was what year was that? I was there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the day that Prince died, and it was all purple at the concert we were at.
Aww.
Yeah, such a trip to see that. I mean, total light ups. I had deja vu. I was like, what is going on here? How is this happening? And man, that must have been like 2016, 2017, around there. But yeah, you know, he was always going against the grain with that. And important for us to express these things because we are ending this like copyright thing. We're still transitioning. You know, there still is that sense of ownership, and we have our foot in the game with that too. You got to recognize that it's one foot in, right? Being in the world, but not of the world. That's where I feel the hippies and the 60s and all that stuff went wrong. Because they thought, oh, we'll just detach completely from society, make our own little commune communities, and we'll be okay. No, that stuff is still going on out there. This things still have a foothold, right? That's especially back then. You can't act like you just need to detach completely and create a whole new system, and then the other system will just crumble. You have to be the light that goes into it and actually busts it up by being right.
Glitch in the matrix.
Right. Just like how mom just said, you
Yeah.
are the pill, right? She essentially just said, we as awakened ones are the red pill.
Yeah.
We are red pilling them. How can you red pill them unless you walk into their office?
And the funny thing is, what comes to me is like Tom McDonald, for example, he just brought out a new song, Shout
Friday.
Out, Lavio, about, you know, brainwashing, where he like exposes everything. And what I really like appreciated was he's like, okay, going through the steps, step 1 to this, step 2, this, step 3, create, you know, all of those steps, basically what they did to separate us and all of that. And he has no freaking record company, or however you call that, because they are controlled. And that's what he just described. Like, the system is changing by the people standing up, having millions of followers, but they're doing it by themselves.
Right.
They don't get silenced. They don't get, you know, censored in what they are saying. No, put out whole freaking truth. Yep. That's why we're here.
Yep. And I'm grateful you brought that up, because I felt the ping too. To bring up Tom McDonald, he has great music. Definitely check him out. We love him very much. And he's a grand example of, shifting. I mean, the man was a complete, drug user on every sense of the word, complete alcoholic, living in nothing. And then he rose up and he just kept pushing himself with what he was doing. And then one day there was a break. And then, and now he is a self-made millionaire. And he makes his own videos in his own home with just his girlfriend. And he has one person who masters the tracks, and that's it. And that's all he does. And it's essential for him, because now he doesn't have a record label to tell him what to do.
Right.
Because that's what they do eventually. They tell you what to do, and they bring in their producer, and then the producer tells you how the music's to sound.
And it's so set up that even the lyrics are often just like,
Yep.
Here's your new song, have fun.
Yep, I
and
hear it.
all you do is like, you're the shining star, like the puppets,
Right.
That's what it is. But
100%.
it's changing. It's definitely changing. And I would like to swoop over to Hopi Indian chief White Eagle, who had a message. Thank you, Buddha, so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
I would like to share his picture here.
Look at this guy.
He's so fun.
He's so bright. Look at that light.
Right? He's shining White Eagle. And this is from July 9th of this year. So even though we're in August, it's very present and he's very on point. This moment humanity is experiencing can be seen as a door or a hole. The decision to fall in the hole or walk through the door is up to you. If you consume the news 24 hours a day with negative energy, constantly nervous, with pessimism, you will fall into this black hole. But if you take the opportunity to look at yourself, to rethink life and death, to take care of yourself and others, then you will walk through the portal. Take care of your home. Take care of your body. Connect with your spiritual home. When you take care of yourself, you take care of everyone at the same time. Do not underestimate the spiritual dimension of this crisis. Take the perspective of an eagle that sees everything from above with a broader view. There is a social question in this crisis, but also a spiritual question. The two go hand in hand. Without the social dimension, we fall into fanaticism. Without the spiritual dimension, we fall into pessimism and futility. Are you ready to face this crisis? Grab your toolbox and use the tools at your disposal. Learn resistance from the example of Indian and African people. We have been and are exterminated, but we never stopped singing, dancing, lighting a fire, and rejoicing. Don't feel guilty for feeling blessed in these days. Being sad or angry doesn't help at all. Resistance is resistance through joy. You have the right to be strong and positive, and there's no other way to do it than to maintain a beautiful, happy, and bright posture. Has nothing to do with alienation, ignorance of the world. It's a resistance strategy. When we cross the threshold, we have a new worldview because we faced our fears and difficulties. This is all you can do now. Serenity in the storm. Keep calm and pray. Make a habit of meeting the sacred every day. Show resistance through art, joy, trust, and love. Hopi Indian Chief White Eagle. Wow, I had body light ups.
Mm-hmm.
What I really, really loved about that is that we have been trying to have this, aggressive revolution of going against something, changing something externally. We're at a point where revolution or resistance, how he says, equals more evolution. It equals the understanding that you don't have to feed anything lower anymore. You're standing up. You're being the glitch of the matrix is you shining your light as bright as possible. Be the happy one. Be the one that cheers someone else up. Be the smile and do whatever it takes for you to stay in those high vibes. Love yourself. Care for yourself. Care for others. And one thing that is in there is if you take care of yourself at the same time, you're taking care of everyone else because we are all one. Please.
No, I'm just saying the wrong one.
One. I was like, yeah. So there are no others. We have to stop with the protection and the blame game. Meet the sacred every day. Find your magic space. Yay. The heart portal. Woohoo.
Heart portal. I always see it as like a green portal, like Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Oh,
Brings me
please.
joy.
If you like cartoons, check out Rick and Morty. They have new story writers. And in the beginning, I got to be honest, I was like, yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But the more I watch, I'm like, they're putting it out there.
Yep.
Literally,
Straight
they're
up.
putting it out there. They have
Straight up.
so many nuggets about the crap that they've been doing.
Yep.
Like Illuminati, however you want to call them. So
The
it's
kabibble.
really cool.
The kabibble. Yeah, because I don't, at this point, yeah, it's just the kabibble.
The kabibble.
The kabibble.
Kabibble gone. Bye-bye.
Love you all. Thank you, family.
Love you.
Thank you, Sandy, for your beautiful comments. We're very grateful for our new space here. So, but that's the thing. Is shit.
See, there you
Crap!
go. Please share
All right.
your enlightenment.
All right, fine. I'll tell the story. All right, hold on, just one moment. Hold on, let me just. Yes, I was going to drink some of that because I can feel it, and it was a little like. Just hold on, I got the story.
I'm just gonna say, sometimes things have to break to be grand.
Yes. Okay. So essentially, what occurred is that we are here, and we are all about sustainable living. So we've been living off of a battery and a solar panel for our electricity, 100%, plus a little propane for a fridge. Well, needless to say, something happened to the solar panel. I'm pretty sure it was the solar charge controller.
We don't know shit.
I'm pretty sure because it transfers the energy. That's important for the story. So there's the solar panel that goes into the solar charge controller, and then that solar charge controller transmutes the energy usably, right? Takes the unusable and makes it usable, and then that goes out, and that charges your battery to other cords. So 4 cords all together in the solar charge controller. Pretty sure the solar charge controller just went to kaput. Usually solar panels last for a long time. They might get spotty. They might have problems. Water gets in them. But this one doesn't look bad at all. But the solar charge controller won't work. So essentially, because of that, our fridge didn't work. Because of that, we have no lighting in that camper now. So I was like, well, we have to figure out something. So we came to the home that, we're living at, and we're able to be in here. And so we chose this. We were like, oh, well, we have to use electricity. We need lighting. And so just so everyone knows, we choose to live off of sustainable energy rather than any other way. And when we have to go the other route, I'm in a little resistance at this point because I came from a very, materialistic place, Philadelphia. Okay. So I appreciate Mom for always putting me out there and saying, figure it out now and do it sustainably. And I'm like, I hear you, Mama. I hear you. And we're actually working on getting full solar for this property. Just had the guys come over yesterday. I'm very grateful for that because that's
sun energy.
Mother said it, she wanted it done in her homes and it never happened. So I'm very grateful to finally step up and make it happen. Sustainable living is everything.
Yes.
It's everything. So anyway, so this occurred. So essentially, we have the one battery I was able to get it charged, had someone charge it up. And solar doesn't work still. And I'm like, listen, we got to leave it because if we want the fridge to run, we can't have anything else running. So it's lasting until we figure it out. We figured it out, bought the new solar charge controller. My point, though, the story is that I was pretty triggered by it all. I was mad. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Why is this happening? Friday the 13th, blah, blah, blah. Even the guy at the store said, he's like, well, if that's the worst that happens today, then that's pretty good.
Nice.
And I was like, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. But what happened? It made us come in here. It forced us to go right here and to sit right here.
And we got even trees. Like, do you realize that those are trees behind us? So we're like,
these are beautiful trees.
Gaze upon those ones. Those are the trees. This is a citronella plant. If you want to get rid of mosquitoes, get citronella. And Mama got an amazing space and light here. So she's setting it up. And that's what I, tried to tell him yesterday. And sometimes they have to figure it out themselves, and that's one thing that I learned is you can tell someone so much, but the true understanding comes when this light bulb moment happens from within and you understand that things have to, break down or go kaput or something changes and you move into something else. And guess what? Mom set it up grander. So trust, she's always here. And we appreciate you all so much.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Thanks, Robin. Yeah, that's a trip. Now I get it because it forced us into here. It was nice over there too, but this is a lot grander.
This is definitely grander. We're excited to come back tomorrow morning and stay divine. We'll have today the start of the Crystal School workshop. Noon Mountain Time, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 o'clock Central Time, and wherever you are, figure it out.
This is thank you, and I'm definitely pinged on expressing about the transitory government too. I'm getting the ping. I don't know, team, if we've felt into it. I know we're doing Crystal Schools and a long amount of workshops this month. We have multiple going on, and we still have the Gene Keys going on too, those master classes. And I feel that soon we will have our meetings with for the transitory government and get into those things.
Right.
I'm feeling next month. I don't know shit.
I don't know.
I'm putting it out there. I've put myself out there for the 5D business. And so I'm getting a lot of things, ready for that and really looking into it because we do have to transition the way that we do business. And I will tell you right now that the true, real 5D way of doing business, first, and here's your one little nugget, it's about people. And if you own a business, then your employees, okay, they're not your employees, okay, you're their employee. Really feel into that. You serve them. You do it. You work for them because if they aren't there, your business wouldn't run. You wouldn't be able to expand it to its grandness that it is. So you always have to realize that your people are your most valuable thing. People are everything. And the opposite 3D way of looking at it is that screw people. It's all about the profit margin. And it's not. That's the worst thing you can possibly ever do. And that's where we've seen it go completely out of alignment when it comes to people and essentially still putting people into slavery. So I really do pray that, everyone realizes that it is about one another, of course, and especially in business, because you are buying the product. Someone else is making it. Someone else is selling it. It's people that make it a reality. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the individual's passion for what you're doing. So please check that out. Go check out the transitory government website and sign up if you'd like for anything and stay committed. And then we will begin doing, meetings when the energy starts allowing it. We're getting everything just running right now. This is it, everyone.
Check it out.
All right,
and if you feel pinged, there are applications possible for that. Join the Crystal School. Content for next month will be transitionary government. So if you just want to learn more, come and join. We're here to grow together, learn together. And Al already picked a beautiful card of Mama.
Mom picked it.
Mama picked it.
I looked underneath and then they were like, this is the card. And I'm like, okay.
It is divine humility.
Get it really close whenever that happens and then pull back, like completely. There you go.
Beautiful.
Change the lighting.
Beautiful. Humility is a state of being as opposed to arrogance or pride. Humbleness requires a presence in every moment to look at each situation with a complete, unattached point of view without judgment. Keep your head held high, but not too high. Be humble. Be an example for others. Woohoo!
Yay!
What a message. Thank you, Mom. Thank you all. Thank you, all of creations, dragons, fairies, unicorns. Bring on the magic. Have a magical day and experience. And stay divine.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Robin and Saint Germain. Thank you to everyone. This is awesome. There we go. We just dropped the link. Thank you, Jerry. That's over on the FaceCB. New Earth Transitory Government.org. All righty. You got that, Google. So everyone go check it out. Sign up if you'd like. If you want to deeply participate and you have a lot to share and you like to really, express things in your life that you've learned in those areas of focus, please join. If you just like to learn more and just listen, please join and just just share with us in your email or whatever, which one it is, because you're both equal. You're, and everything. Beautiful. So we're so grateful for all of you being here. I feel all your love. 22, so grateful. Keep sharing this stream. Put it in all your groups that you possibly can. Grab the actual link and paste it into the group, and that will help you to consistently keep on sharing. Because if you do that on Facebook, where you just click the share button from our video, you may get blocked for sharing too much because they don't want the truth to get out there.
No, they can't stop us.
They can't stop it.
Mama.
So enjoy it. Thank you, Telegram, for being here. So grateful to get this up and running and to be able to express ourselves here too. We will be here again at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. Tomorrow, we're going to keep going with this as long as possible, I guess, until things change.
Love you all.
Yep. Thank you, Jerry, for the Reharder First Crystal School workshop starts today.
Woo!
And thank you, Kat, for expressing that too. Everyone jump on it. Check it out. If you haven't, then just do it. Just what are you waiting for? Why not? Why not? It's all changing. It's all changing. And we are going to do everything we can to be the change we wish to see, because that's what we're here to do. So thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. And thank you. Wait,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
you.
And I love you. Okay. All right.
5,
6,
7,
8.
na 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 na. Hey, love as one and joy reigns. Na 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 na. Hey.